it's easy to look at Elon Musk or even somebody who may even look at me or my business partner and say, wow, man, look what those guys have and look what they've done. Folks, you've got to get the full picture. The reason people make it like Elon Musk is not because of the glory days like right now, which, by the way, new level, new devils. Okay, just remember, as you grow, you get more and more successful, you're going to have more challenges, just a different type of challenge. I can tell you, when we first started, my business partner and I, we started we worked for a franchise type company. I'd worked my way up. I was one of the youngest vice presidents they had. I was flying over the country giving talks on how to do it, how to win, how to be successful in that business. I wake up one day and the business sold. And the first thing that happened is they cut all of our incomes in half. So Bev and I, we had one child at the time, and we basically had to sell everything we had. We lost everything. I had to start looking for a job and could not find a job. We were living in Texas at the time. This is back in the 80s. And any of you old timers listening to this, you know in the 80s in Texas, the oil industry had crashed and there were no jobs. So I called my business partner up. He was managing a company that went in and did maintenance inside the refineries. Now listen to me closely now. So he was managing one of those companies. So I called him up. He comes up to San Antonio where we lived, picked up everything we had in a cattle trailer, put it in storage down in Corpus Christi. I go to work for him on 12-hour shifts in a refinery in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, working with a prison crew, okay, making $10 an hour. So $100,000 a year, which today's dollars is probably $200,000 to $10 an hour. Why am I telling you this? When times go bad, okay, this is when you find your mettle, okay? Do you have it or not? You can fold or you can fight. And I'm not a folder. I will not quit. I'm going to fight my way back. I had a family to take care of, and so you're never more closer to the Lord though when you are in that situation. So all of a sudden your prayer life gets better. That's when I started journaling. That was 35 years ago. That's when I really got close to the Lord, began having a vision. Even when I was in the trenches, had working midnight shift at a refinery in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Are you kidding me? And what was I doing? I was praying, Lord, give me a vision. What do you want me to do in my life? And I'm writing this stuff down. And those goals back then were much smaller compared to what they are now. But that's when you find out what you're made of, is when the crap hits the fan. Do you run or do you roar? And you don't know till you get there. So all of a sudden, now follow this. So we come out, we save them money. I move back home. I go to work for my brother-in-law down in South Florida in the ag business. We grew potatoes and watermelons. So all of a sudden, man, I loved the ag business. I loved fresh produce. And so I found my passion. It went back to my childhood. My grandfather was a farmer. So all of a sudden now, through this stress, we lost everything. Look what God's doing. He's put me in a position to where I have a passion, which is very, very key to being successful at what you want to do. I don't like to use the word passion. I loved it. I loved the fresh market. My partner, who managed that company that I went to work for, okay, guess what he did? He went to work, formed his own company doing that himself, okay? So both of us lost something. Both of us kept fighting, trying to survive, trying to support our families, but always keeping our eye toward the Lord. Okay, Lord, I have this desire. I'd like to do this, and God gave us permission, but we had to pay a price to get there, right? And he starts his company. Wasn't easy go early on, but they turned that into $1 billion baby in just a few years and became very, very successful. In my career, I spent almost 20 years in the produce business, running packing facilities, marketing the fruit and vegetables that you buy every day at your store. I loved it. But then God called me then to go back in business for myself. And what am I doing? I wanted to build businesses that help support the ag community. We went into packaging. We went into food safety. We went into chemical fertilizer and all the nutrition that these plants need. Okay? So all these businesses that I have today, for the most part, are all tied to that one big, quote unquote, failure of my life. So what I'm sharing with you as I conclude this piece right now is you've got to have a dream. You've got to have a mindset that you're not going to quit. And even if you fail at something, it's not failure. It's a direction change. That's all it is. You keep the dream ahead of you, keep it in front of you, keep believing. That's the inside grit that most people don't understand a business person, a successful business person has to have. And so it's easy to say, man, look at the rich. Those rich people are just whatever, right? Most people who've gained wealth didn't inherit it. Matter of fact, it takes about 3 generations and the inheritance is gone anyway. The entrepreneurs that earn their way, that become successful, these are the guys and gals with the grit and the fight and the spirit to win. And this is why we're doing the Business Network. And this is why those that join our Business Network, all the proceeds go to our nonprofit to help people in the political arena, and especially our churches, to get activated in their communities to go out there and fight for our country. Okay? So why? And why are we using the Business Network? Because you are the ones that had the grit and the fight and the vision and the tenacity that built this great country. So you understand exactly what we're doing. So hopefully it's helped. I want to tell you a few other stories I have in another session that Bev and I experienced. And it's not all roses and candy and rainbows. It's some tough stuff. But once you break out, man, it's wonderful. And you're so humbled when success finally comes, because you realize the whole time God was with you and God's the one who provided it, but He honored your commitment to what you're doing. So thank you. Tell your friends about this network. If this is giving you any encouragement at all or any help at all, share it with your friends, and we'll see you next time.
What if I told you the world doesn't need more noise? It needs more truth. What if I told you freedom isn't guaranteed? It's guarded by men who still believe in something higher than themselves. I'm Steve Maxwell, entrepreneur, husband, father, and co-founder of Citizens Defending Freedom. I travel the country calling men to rise, lead with faith, and stand firm for what's right. This isn't about politics, it's about purpose.
Can't fight the temptation when you get the vibration. Won't do